Well, friends, it's Monday, but it's the first sunny day in a long time, I feel like, in Georgia. And Sloan has a vet appointment and a farrier appointment today to check out his bad foot and see if we are still doing okay. But we're gonna go on a very cute little ride, as you can tell, just nice and easy, and to get moving, and then he will have all of his appointments. So fingers crossed. Hopefully it's just a normal vet fee and not like I have to go drop a couple hundreds or thousands. You know it, Sloan. Hey everybody, it's Carrie and welcome back to another video. My assumption is this is going to be the first video in a new crochet with me week video. Can't tell you for certain, but that's I think my plan. So it is Tuesday, September 17th. I am basically continuing to market prep. So far today, it's 3:24. I didn't ride today, but I ended up getting a ton of stuff done. So I'll show you really quickly. This is just some of the things. So I think I got those 4 axolotls done, and then I got 5 whales done. So I've gotten about I don't know, 9-10 items done today. I still have basically, let's just say 5-6 hours of crocheting maybe left for the day. I am just going through right now and checking the list and everything that I had written down. So I've been able to get my list, for the most part, a little bit more manageable for my next upcoming market. A lot of it is just small items, it's possums, mallards, roosters, axolotls, turtles, those things. And then at the bottom, I still have a few, I guess, larger items that I need to make. Primarily being probably 1 or 2 of my flower crown cows, some of the alicorns, dragons, and then I need to remake some giraffes. So I've got things like that that still need to be done, but I'm just really trying to crank out the small items first, just because, I mean, they are small, so they are a little bit easier for me to sit down and dedicate a day to doing all the axolotl colors or doing all the whale colors. So that's kind of what I've been doing. I'm making pretty good progress. I can actually check off one of these already. So I got the 1 axolotl color done. So I essentially have 7 more axolotls to do to catch up. With that being said, I did get at least an idea of what I think 2 stores need. It is Tuesday. I'll probably swing by Friday because I don't think I'm gonna ride Friday, so I'll probably do that. And so I've gotten a decent idea of some of the things I need to do. Luckily, for the most part, I think most of the items I do technically have in stock. I think really the only thing I'm gonna have to remake is turtles and giraffes for one of them, but there are many different ways how stores run things. I would say 9 out of 10, they just kind of do it on a basis type thing. They either tell you if something's run out, all that type of stuff. There's only one store I'm at that actually has an online system set up that you can sign on to, and it's oh, you sold this for this much, and here's the amount taken out, and you sold it on this day, what order number it is. I only am at one store that does that. I love that. It is so nice. I don't have to text anybody. I can just log onto my computer and I'm oh, look, this is what's sold. It tracks inventory. It's so nice. I wish every store was like that, but most of them aren't. Some stores I usually just text them and ask them, and then other times if it's a setup one of my stores, then I'll be hey, can you just snap me a picture and I'll look through. So here's one of the pictures. I don't know if you guys can see it. There's one of the setups, and then that is the second setup. So basically what I do is I just go through and I know everything that I bring to the stores, and I write down the color variations that I need to remake. I usually put them in this journal right here for the store stuff, and so that's what I'm gonna do right now, is write down basically what I have to remake. I think honestly it's I need to make a giraffe for sure. I don't have that in stock. One store needs a manatee. I have the manatees in stock. 2 of the blue squids sold, so I do have those 2 in stock, so I'll take them. And then it's just random small things. I think a cat maybe at one of them. Just things like that. It's so interesting though, because baby alien type things, I don't really sell them that much at markets. I'll sell them a little bit. They're selling so well at these stores. It is so confusing. I think that when you have like stores, it's completely different from markets. So if you're gonna ever try a store, I think like you can kind of have a general idea of like what your best sellers are. Like I know which colors sell best, so I kind of try and ship that off to stores. But man, some of these other things is like so confusing because I'm like, okay, this is completely opposite than markets. And it's always an adventure to see what actually sells and what doesn't. So I'm gonna start the day off by just cataloging everything that does need to be remade. And then that way I can also write down, I try and keep like a decent track of like what goes to which store, when it's going to the store, all that type stuff. But that's what I'm gonna do to get this day started. And then after that, I think we're gonna start on the giraffes. They are that like AQ crochet pattern. I can't remember off the top of my head. I have her giraffes. I actually have one over there that I had a custom order, and it has been, I think, like 2 months since, or maybe like a month since I finished it, but like 2 months since like we set everything up and everything. And so I keep waiting for the person to like we kind of figured out a time, and then it didn't work for me because I was moving into the stores. And so I told him, I was like, just text me back and let me know like what's going on. And I haven't heard anything. So I have kind of been playing in my mind, and I'm like, okay, if I don't hear anything by my October market, because that's gonna be like, you know, essentially an additional month on top of it, I'm just gonna take them to the market and sell them. I definitely think moving forward, like most of the custom work I do is for repeat buyers or like friends, so I don't really worry about taking down payment. But I think if I do more of them, I'll probably start like forcing people to give me like half of it. But at the same time, it's so hard because I'm so busy that I don't really like to commit to like a time thing. And then sometimes I'm just like so busy that I have to cancel things. So it's a catch-22. If I take these 3, it will be actually pretty nice because it's 3 items. They're all medium sized and they're all baby safe. So I'm like, okay, this would actually be pretty good. So if I end up taking them, I will have 1 giraffe, but I'll probably just make like, I think I'm gonna write down 3 giraffes to make tonight, and that way I can have the back stock, because it is definitely really nice to have back stock and not have to worry about it all the time. But that's kind of the plan, and I'm gonna try and come up with an idea for a reel. I just don't know what the reel is gonna be. If you guys have any recommendations for like short form content with reels, let me know, because a girl doesn't always know what to do, you know? Are you guys ready to eat? Tell him say hi. No? Okay. I'm not saying hi today. Here. Do you want me to switch you? Well, everybody, it is, I believe, Thursday the 19th, and I just finished up sewing another one of my little flower crown cows. This is by far my favorite cow to make, I think, just like in general, even from my own pattern. The flower crown ones are just like, they have my heart. Every time I make them, it just makes me so happy. I had some of these at a store, and then I got a text like a little bit ago that one of them sold, so I was like, okay, let me remake it because I'm actually planning on going to that store tomorrow, I believe. So it's like, okay, perfect timing. Let me make one of these guys so that way I can just take it when I go, especially since that store is my further store. It's about like 40-50 minutes. So it's like, okay, let me get this done. That way I'm good. I don't have to worry about trying to rush back out there at another time. Besides that, today I finished up a few things on my list. It's starting to get like a little bit smaller. I got the rest of the roosters that I needed to crochet done. They're over there. I just need to do like the beaks and everything. I got all of the pink turtle heads done. So I had literally just made turtles. Yesterday I made another 6 pink turtles, and then this morning I crocheted like the head and everything. And then I crocheted a cat. So I think like all in all today, I feel like I've crocheted like 8 or 9 things. Of course, doing this like took up time, especially since I will typically like crochet the body, and then when it comes to like fastening everything off, that kind of gets put off. Like I still have my cherry blossom and lavender cow over there. I haven't touched them yet, so sometimes that's the thing, but like because I'm literally doing this tomorrow, I was like, girl, I gotta put the power, like go go go. Back there you guys can very vaguely see it. Those orange roses are getting picked up tomorrow morning, so I'm gonna be meeting the person out at like 9 a.m. I believe. They're gonna pick up the roses, and then I'll come back home. I'll bring the horses in. I'm not gonna ride tomorrow, and then I will drive to whichever store I end up deciding to drive to. Like I'm undecided if I'll go to the one that's furthest away. Technically they are the ones who need like the cow, the giraffe, a little bit more like big things. Like I don't have repeats of those, so I'm like considering maybe going to that one just because they also have a really big festival and market this weekend. So I was like, okay, I might have to go there just to make certain that they get there in time for the market. But it just depends because the other place is like, I don't know, a 20-minute drive. It's so much easier to get to for me. So we'll just see. I mean, I'm going to see how it is in the morning, but I wanted to come in here and show you guys this little cutie, my favorite. Like I said, I'm not trying to promo myself, but it is from a pattern that I created, my first one ever. And this is, like I said, this one has my heart. Like every single time I've made a flower crown that looks like this, and then I made one that was mustard instead of terracotta, it just makes me so happy. Like they bring me so much joy. I think every single one of them has turned out cute. There's only one that turned out like a little weird, and I think that's because I messed up, and because the head was like smaller or something. I messed up on something. I'm not certain. I just remember it wasn't good. Besides that, I love them all, but I think it's like 9:34, so my plan is I might go ahead and tag some of these items, and then I want to rewrite my list again because there's a few things I need to add because like my 2 blue squids are going to go to the store tomorrow, so like I need to add a remake on that, and there's some other items like I've totally forgotten. I honestly need to go through my big box and like see if there's any other big items I need to make. I totally have blinked on that. Like I just like, it went out of my head to even think about making like the $50 and up items. Granted, it is the 19th, so I technically have like, what, 15 more days? It seems unlikely that I'm gonna be able to make like a ton of big items just because I'm like literally still playing catch up. Like I'm doing okay. I'm getting to the point where most of these items just need like 3 or 4 right now. And then I have learned with the stores, what I typically end up doing, unless they are like small items that they need, what I typically end up doing is I back off like a week and a half before a market. And I tell them that. I'm like, look, I have to back off. I gotta preserve some of my stock. Like I don't need to be trying to like finish everything for the market and doing the store at the same time. And I always tell them like once I get through the market, I am like more than happy to drop off a lot of stuff because then I'm like, okay, I've got like a month or 2 to remake things, but like that last week, 2 weeks, which we are kind of approaching, like week and a half, I start to like hoard things. Probably like next week I'll probably see about a store if they need anything Monday because there's a big 2-day market at that place where it has my other store. So probably Monday I'll see if they like need anything, and then that will probably be the last restock that I do there. And then if this store needs anything, I'll do that last restock early next week, and then I won't do any more restocks. So I'm gonna work on just like finishing up a few things, and then tomorrow, like I said, not riding, gonna go do just like a lot of store stuff and hopefully still crochet a good deal. The timing is just gonna be a little bit weird, so I don't know. I might just focus on small things because I'm like, I don't think a lot of big things are gonna get accomplished. Hello everybody, it's Carrie. Let's see, it is September 21st. Sitting here with a little cup of tea. I usually drink lemonade or hot chocolate or coffee or tea before going to bed. I know there's like people out there that can't drink like coffee and stuff before bed, but I swear nothing can keep me awake. Like caffeine for me doesn't do what caffeine is supposed to do. Like I can drink so much coffee and soda and teas and I'll be like, girl, it doesn't even touch like my tiredness. Very good. I like my mint tea. But I wanted to pop on here and let's kind of give a quick overview of some things. I kind of fell off a little bit on the recording just because honestly I've been crocheting like a mad woman. Yesterday I went to 2 of the stores. I'll include pictures and everything just because honestly I was gonna try and record, but it just ended up being like way too much. I thought I was gonna go to one store. Typically like they'll bring the stuff to the second store, but they have a huge market going on at that location, and so it was kind of like well, they weren't gonna come back to the other store, and I had this stuff I wanted to drop off of course before the weekend because like, you know, weekends are always crazy, right? And so then I ended up deciding to just drive the stuff over that same day, and so I think between that, the 2 stores, I must have spent like 2 or 3 hours in the car. So by the time I got back home, I was like, okay, I gotta do my barn, I gotta do the horses, and then I need to get crocheting because that morning at like about 9 o'clock or something, I met somebody to give them their rose order. And so it just like, that day was so chaotic. Luckily now it is Saturday and things are calming down a little bit, but it's just been like crazy. You know, I'm just trying to get all this prep work done. I am hitting that time frame of when I'll start hoarding items, which it's like, unless the store contacts me, I won't contact them and be like, hey, what do you need? And I won't give them as many items. Like I might give them a few, but in terms of certain items, I won't. And I won't give big items. I always tell them like, I gotta think about me a little bit too. They have other items still. And then once I get through the market, it's fine. I'll come out like the next day, and if I have the stock, they can have it. I don't care. But I just gotta get me
through the market. Good news is I did get approved for the business license and all the tax stuff. So I actually had really fast turnaround on them. They gave me like a really long turnaround, like 10 days. And I think my business license was approved in like 3 or 4 days, so it was like super fast. I was really worried I wasn't gonna get everything before this market. None of my other markets have ever asked for like, you know, tax, business license. This one doesn't ask for insurance, which is surprising to me because they're asking for all this other stuff, but they don't want insurance. Because there have been markets that I have turned down because of the insurance factor, alongside those markets being like $500, which is crazy. But I did get approved for everything. So I am a go for the October 5th market. And then I will be doing the November 23rd market. I'm already approved. They don't require anything. I'm not worried there. And then once I hit like after November 23rd, I'll jump straight into customs. And I wanted to update you guys on next year's possibility. A lot of this is just gonna change. Like me and y'all, we're gonna be growing a lot, I think, over these next 6 months to a year. It's gonna be a little crazy. So as you guys know, I'm just waiting for the yarn samples to come in. I think they should technically be here within like 2 days. So that basically means I don't think you'll see it in this vlog per se, but you will see it in next week's vlog. I'll be unboxing all of these samples and we'll see how they are. And then, you know, depending on that, if I like it, you know, I think I'm just gonna go for it. Like I'll order a certain amount, keep it kind of a small quantity, and then if it goes well, I'm ready. I'm ready to go crazy with it. That's kind of the thing. It's like next year, if this goes well, if the yarn goes well, if people love it and they want to support me, then I'll focus a lot on that as well, just having that expansion. And the stores, I am just taking it 1 month at a time is what I'm saying. Like I'm just taking it through the contract and then you're gonna see. Of course, one contract ends in December, end of December. I've already mentioned that I'm gonna be dropping that store. And then there's some other ones that end like February, something like that, March. I'm taking those one step at a time to really see if they are worth it to me or not. The other store I'm good at. I love them and they love me and they don't want me to leave at all. So it's kind of like I'm all good there. The other ones, it's just like I just have to see how things go. I have to see if it's worth the driving, all this type of stuff. But then as well, a couple of videos back I mentioned about trying to do a convention. So I am gonna try and get into my first ever convention. I am applying to MomoCon, which is a anime convention here in Atlanta that is hosted, I believe, over Labor Day. I think the dates are May 22nd to May 25th. And the application actually is earlier this year. It's usually like Christmas time, December. This year, the application is the first week of November. So I am going to apply. So once I get through this October market, I'm gonna sit down and try and crochet a few like video game type characters, anime characters to add to my portfolio. Last year I did make my first ever doll. It was for my brother. He had this video game that he really enjoyed and there was like nothing out there for this video game. It's a very niche game. So I did create him a doll for Christmas. That was his Christmas gift for me. So I have some experience with anime stuff, but I just need to like sit down to get like a portfolio. Of course, I have been an anime watcher, manga reader for years, so I'm not worried about that at all. But I just need to actually like get more of a portfolio than like what I'm doing, because of course I would bring this type stuff as well, but I think there would have to be a lot more in that niche, in that category, opposed to just like cute little animals. If I happen to get into that market or that convention, then that would honestly probably be my only convention for like 6 months, unless I'm just like crocheting like crazy and I just have so much stock and I just like feel like I can go do something else. Honestly, that would probably be my only convention until August. Like I would just do a May convention because it is 4 days. MomoCon has pretty good attendance. I think it's one of the more popular conventions in Atlanta, so it's pretty well known. The price is kind of crazy. I would honestly end up just spending more money to get the 10 by 10 space because that's what I'm comfortable with. And I think with the amount of items I bring, there's no way I could survive at a 6-foot space. I think like the 10 by 10 space was gonna be like $650, something like that for 4 days, which when you think about it, that's actually really not that bad. But I'm just gonna start saving some money just in case if I get accepted. I don't even know if I'll get accepted into it. Now, as for market prepping, I've been able to get the list down some more. So basically the only things I have left to market prep are gonna be like 6 possums, 5 mallards. I catched up on all my axolotls, tigers. I only have one more turtle color to catch up on, and that's the blue and green variation. I'm gonna make 3. I have 4 more fuzzy bees to make. I got all the triceratops done, 2 flower cows, 2 to 3 alicorns in cream, 1 alligator. I do have 1 alligator already, so if I didn't get one, it wouldn't be the end of the world. Dragon, I put down 5. Stingray, 5, so I can get back up to 6. Mermaid, I have 1 down, but they're not really the most popular thing. Like, I've had some of those mermaids for a year. So, same thing. It's kind of like, I mean, like, it's not the end of the world if I get it done. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's like, okay, if I get it done, that's great, but like, I don't know. I have 1 hammerhead down. That would be, I believe, a navy one that I would be making. I got the 6 Yodas done today. I have 6 witch cats that I need to make. I have 2 blue squids that I put down because 2 of them did go back to another store. I think I only have 1 loaf cat that I need to remake, and I'm gonna do the gray and white. I'm gonna try and get like duck with the tubes, and then probably just see about big items because I haven't really made that many new big items. Like, I haven't had the time. I've been so busy restocking small things after opening up these 2 stores because y'all know, like, my stock went so bad. So I'm working on, I've been like literally like crocheting all day small items. Like, I can tell you today I crocheted 6 Yodas. This morning I crocheted 3 axolotls, 2 tigers, and then I crocheted the little black cat before I had dinner, and then I'm gonna keep working on that tonight, and that will be the witch cats. So, I mean, I've been crocheting like a madman, and still riding my horse, and still running my barn. So I've been crocheting a ton. So I'm kind of like excited, like I feel like I can get through these small things like fairly fast. Like, I don't think it's gonna take me that long, and I'll be excited to kind of do something big. And then I have new patterns: witch cat, the 1 dragon pattern, a bunny. So I feel like I want to add maybe 1 or 2 new patterns. I have a few variations and stuff written down, so like I have ideas, I just need to actually make them. So that's kind of where I'm at. It is 8:17. So my plan is, I've got the black yarn. I'm just gonna keep crocheting the witch cats because I definitely feel like I can finish up the witch cats by tomorrow, and then probably knock out one of my other things, and maybe 2 things actually, honestly, because a lot of it's just still small items, so it's not like a big deal. But that's kind of my plan, and I guess I will update you guys hopefully tomorrow if I remember to record. And this camera is throwing me off because I've been playing around with the settings, and I set it up, I believe, in HD. It zooms in so much, so I hope you guys are enjoying this. Like, we're very personable right now, aren't we? It's because I don't know how to change it back. So I hope you guys enjoy this angle. I was trying to like do a little selfie recording the other day, and I was like, oh my god, jump scare. I'm like, I don't want to see my face that bad. Guys, I don't know what happened. Don't touch the fire extinguisher. But summer is back, baby. It disappeared for like a couple days, and then now it's like 85 or 86. I think it's supposed to be like 90 something today. My poor horses. They like puffed out their winter coats. So I'm technically gonna ride Sloan, but we're gonna take it pretty easy. Oh, and we're in a drought. Like, we've been in a drought all summer. Right, Sloanie Roni? So I'm gonna do a nice easy ride on Sloan. Get back inside. Keep crocheting. Name of the game. Hey everybody, it's Editing Carri, and as I am working through editing this video, I realized that I never recorded an outro. Kind of becoming a common theme, but I think when I'm actually getting this video out, we just got done with dealing with that hurricane and everything came through. We were super lucky that the worst of it actually didn't hit us, but like the week leading up, I meant to vlog, and I just got so busy. So this is like the only crochet with me vlog for at least a couple of videos, just because like I came into the week with so many plans, and then I was so busy running around the barn, prepping everything, dealing with the storms, dealing with the aftermath. We didn't get the horrible winds like we were supposed to. It literally veered off like overnight, but we still got like I think about 10 inches of rain, so we still had things flood. It was just hectic and crazy. So I'm just now getting around to recording this outro. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I tried to include a little bit more of the horses and my everyday life, so let me know if you guys enjoyed that as well, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye.